Hello singers, my name's Christopher David Mitchell, vocal coach here in London, and today we're going to be talking about falsetto. I'm so excited today to be talking about falsetto. This one is just for the gentlemen, but don't worry ladies, I'm going to be talking about the female head voice in so many future episodes, but for today we're going to talk about falsetto, why it's important, what it sounds like with audio examples, the benefits of falsetto, and of course stay till the end for the inspirational thought of the day. So the male falsetto is regarded as a disconnected gear. But we're going to find out there's so many different variations of falsetto. But just in its pure form, it will be like a yodel. It will be a disconnect for a guy, sounding something like this. And then once you're in that one, that's where I was talking at the beginning. So that's falsetto in the pure form. But here's where the fun comes in. There's so many different types of falsetto. Falsetto is basically an indication of your vocal health in a man and vocal flexibility. If you don't have the ability to be in a really pure falsetto, then it probably means that you're a bit on the tight side, because falsetto is a stretching of the vocal folds and it's also a real very released coordination. The only people who I find that can't get into falsetto are the people who are holding on too tight to the vocal folds so they can't just let them go. But actually the feeling of letting the vocal folds go and letting them be parted, letting the voice just completely stretch out is so great for the voice, and it's a really cool thing to have in your voice. So men out there, do keep practicing your falsetto. And now let's go on to the variations of falsetto. If you've ever seen a pantomime in England, they would probably say that the pantomime dame was in falsetto, even though the dame would be making sounds like "Whoa, Jack Trot!" or whatever panto they might be in, and obviously that's not Jack Trot. It's not breathy, but people would still call it falsetto. So really, we can have a non-breathy, sort of bulked up falsetto. We can have a really strong falsetto, and we can take away the breathiness. Falsetto can be bulked up, it can be strengthened, it can be made non-breathy, and this is where all the confusion came about, where people were like, is it connected, is it head voice, is it falsetto? But really you can still be in falsetto, but bulk it up with a few bits of the musculature inside, a bit of TA, a bit of vocalis, and a bit more compression. You can still be in a fairly falsetto dominant production. So if you ever heard this sound from a male singer, oh, it's still falsetto. It doesn't have to be breathy. You can bulk that falsetto up so it goes from breathy to a little bit more and a little bit more, and ends up that oh. It ends up that type of sound. If you've heard that before, still the male falsetto. A good example in a musical theatre song is Bring Him Home. When you hear Colm Wilkinson, he's in that falsetto, but that is really bulked up and non-breathy. Good. But we have to do a bit of a Colm. Good on high. We're still in falsetto. Oh. But we're bulking it up as we go. I'm just really making that stronger. But it's not far away from, oh, that's the breathy one. Oh. So I hope that's helping you see the differences there and understanding that breathy to non-breathy falsetto. And any other further questions, do let me know. But for now, let's go on to the inspirational thought of the day. So the inspirational thought of the day is going to be, become a creator. Okay? I see so many singers relying on other people for their success, whether it be their agent or other people that they've got in their life to create their success. But really, be your own creator. There really is no one else who's going to do the work for you but you yourself. So when you find yourself out of work, and whether in between singing gigs or not, think, what can I do within my power to still further myself as a singer and as an artist? So in musical theatre singers, that could be still applying for auditions, make sure you've got your own show reel, and for pop and recording artists that I coach, that could be getting back in the studio, doing some writing your own lyrics or songs. It could also be just getting on stage and learning through actually doing the singing and doing gigs, doing voice lessons as well, constantly be learning and growing. But really it's 100% your responsibility, and I encourage you to always be creative in your craft. Always be thinking, what could I do still right now? Even if I'm not in the West End or haven't got that record label, what can I create? What can I do to still further myself as an artist and as a singer? And you'll find that there's so many things you can do. As we've mentioned, you could be writing lyrics for songs, you could be getting back in the studio, you could be getting a really cool show reel together, you could be networking with agents, you could be doing so many things, getting on stage, going for your vocal lessons. So really sit down and think, what things can I do and that are within my power to always be learning and growing. And this is a cool tip because I see so many singers sort of waiting around for the phone to ring. It's that old classic there. Or waiting around for their agent to call, or waiting around for something to happen. We're in a fantastic moment in time as well where anyone can upload anything onto Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You can always search the hashtags there. You can always follow other people. You can always connect with other people. You can always do whatever you can. You can always take online courses, or you can always put up your singing, your song, and put yourself out there to the world. And that requires you being a creator, using all your initiative, so that even when you're out of work or out of action, you're always thinking about the next step. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please click the like button for me, comment or share this out if you found this episode valuable, and stick with me for more episodes in the future. Also check out my website. I've got some blogs there. I've got a free ebook that you can download, and also the Exceptional Vocal Warm-Up course, my online course that you can do in the comfort of your own home with all the scales and exercise needed to keep your voice vocally healthy and so that you're prepared for your auditions and performances. So stick with me here, and we're going to do so many great episodes in the future, and I'll see you then. Take care, singers.